Quick question for you guys. What was your first lawnmower like? Was it more like this? Or would you say it was more like this? I would bet that most of you can answer that question without even thinking about it. Regardless of what you had or what you have now, we all have our stories, our methods, our preferences, our opinions on mowing. And so a couple weeks ago when I was out here mowing these very lush green pastures, I got to thinking, it'd be kind of cool to have a conversation with you guys and share some of my thoughts and methods and stories with you all and ask you guys to do the same. All the questions I ask myself are going to be down below in the description. And so I encourage you guys to answer some or all of these questions yourself. Let's have the Great Mowing Debate of 2026. So I'm first going to hit you guys with my mowing story and ask you the same. Where did it all start for you guys? Where did you start mowing with and when? Thankfully, it was not with one of these old school reel mowers, and it was not with a big old diesel grasshopper either. Like a first car, a first mower is a little more tame. I can remember being about 10 or 11 years old running a Lawn Boy. Push, no propel, and bagging the grass. My dad was always very meticulous about his lawn. Oh, and I mean, he still is. And so dovetail into that, who taught you how to mow? Well, for me, it was my dad mostly, which stems from my grandmother. My grandma today is 93 years old and still walk mows her 1+ acre yard. That's incredible. Shout out to grandma on that one. Did you ever mow for money growing up? Absolutely. Who didn't? My parents were always kind enough to give me some chore money for mowing the grass, but I also mowed in places other than home. And a shout out to my Uncle Tony. I think he actually still watches these videos. So Uncle Tony, I can remember being at your house mowing your tree farm, and then also up at the graveyard in the church. And I always thought it was so funny. I was probably 12, 13 years old. At the end of the day, he would write me a check and he would put lawnmower engineer. I don't know why, but that stuck with me. Thought that was damn funny. What is your most memorable mowing story? Where did I get these questions? Do people even have these? Well, I do. I got a couple. One, I remember a summer in college, I was working on a golf course. Day one, started with a weed eater, worked my way up to the walk behind Skag, and then Toro Groundmaster, and then like a 75 horse John Deere with like a 15-foot bat wing over the course of like 3 weeks. I was pretty proud of that. Number two, I can remember me and my cousin Devin and my grandpa mowing grass out by the barn, and for about a half an hour my grandpa couldn't figure out why his mower was only cutting like one stripe, and then my cousin Devin found a blade in the yard and said, "Hey grandpa, do you need this?" The blade had just fallen off the mower. And number three, my cousin Devin, if you're watching this, sorry to out us like this finally, but Devin and I used to take my grandpa's tractors and play tug of war with them in his barn. We'd hook log chains and steel cables between them and just see which one would out-tow the other one, like comparing a 1997 Simplicity to like a 1964 wheel horse, those kind of things. Not my proudest moment, but it was fun. What is the dumbest thing you've ever done on or with a lawnmower? Well, I think I just answered that, the whole tug of war thing. I'd be pretty upset today and age if my son was using that grasshopper to play tug of war. Then again, I've used that thing like a tractor before. Where's my cheat sheet? Had to consult my cheat sheet back here. What is the craziest thing you've ever hit with a lawnmower? I mean, rocks way bigger than this football, stumps, things everyone's hit. You mow long enough, sadly, a bunny nest. I've never done that. I feel terrible. Like you feel like the worst human being ever if that's ever happened to you. Ugh. Still gives me the heebie-jeebies. And have you ever gotten a lawnmower stuck? Well, if you have a pond and try to mow the banks, I guarantee you've gotten a lawnmower stuck. Certainly have. New category, new location, talking more about your property, my property. How many acres do you mow, if you mow at all? I'm at about 6. Rarely do I mow everything all at once. I like to let things get a little shaggy behind the ears, let it go long. To me, mowing is kind of a waste of time. As soon as you cut it, it's gonna have to grow and you're gonna have to cut it again. How long does it take? Far too long. If I cut everything, including mowing this pond, I would say I'm in it for about 4 hours, namely because of all the trees that go around. I'm just going in circles and circles. Same with up by the house, there's just trees everywhere. We love it that way. I love having a house in the woods. Makes for a ton of trees to go around. What is your favorite part of your property? Wait, did I answer that? So if I didn't answer it, the hardest part of the property to mow, these trees, man, I hate mowing around the trees. It just takes so much time. My favorite part of the property to mow, the wide open areas. Let that thing run. You have a mower rated for 5-7 acres an hour and you're stuck going around trees? Nah, it's too slow. The wide open areas, let her eat. And do you prefer flat yards or hills? I got a little bit of both out here. The hills are fun for a minute just to see like what the grasshopper or the mower's capable of. That gets old pretty quick. Flat yard, efficiency, get her done, right? This next section is where it gets fun because folks get really opinionated and fiery. Well, at least I do. Let's talk about mowers. What kind of mower do you currently own? If you've been here before, you know I'm in love with my grasshoppers. 2001 Grasshopper 721D 61-inch front mount deck. Old as the hills, absolute unit. My dad said he wants this. I've been hanging on to it for him. Dad, come get that. And how many hours are on that machine, if you know? Looks like currently, you probably can't see that, 1,530.6. How many mowers do you own? Truly, if you have more than one or fleet, drop them down below. I'll be curious to find the guy who says he has like 16 grasshoppers. I'm gonna ask if you're a millionaire. I currently only have this one grasshopper, well, along with the Scott's reel mower. Had this thing for a long time. At one point I had 2 of these and then I unloaded one. Don't need 2 of the same mower. My son's not a mowing age yet, but that's coming at some point. What is your dream mower? A quick interjection. I can think about my wife responding to some of these questions thinking I'm absolutely crazy. Like, you have a dream mower? Really? But hey, you guys get it. But I bet your wives, girlfriends, significant others are probably the same way. And I know, you got a dream mower. Tell me what it is. Obviously for me, it'd be a Grasshopper branded mower, but it's not the latest and greatest Grasshopper. It's not the 900D with a 72-inch deck. Fantastic mower, but I actually want a 930D with a 72-inch deck. A little more old school, before the whole Tier 4 thing came around. Just an absolute monster. So if any of you guys out there have one for sale or know of one for sale, I have been on the hunt. 930D, 72-inch front mount deck. Let me know. And if someone handed you $20,000 today, what kind of mower are you going to buy? What are you going to take that 20 grand and buy? What are you getting? Kind of just answered that above with the whole dream mower question. For me though, I'm taking that 20 grand, buying the 930D for 10 to 12, pocketing the rest, buying some new boots. These things leak a little bit. Whose bobber's that? Come get it. What is a mower's feature that you cannot live without? I really want to say diesel motor, diesel power plant. That's my number 2. Number 1 is going to be the front mount deck. Front mount decks on these things, the reach. Being able to go out to the pond bank is needed. How it articulates on the front end so you don't scalp. And the oldest mower you've ever maintained or kept running. For me, this guy here, 25 years old, 2001, 721D. New category, new location. What are your mowing habits? First question is gonna be, how often do you mow? Personally, as little as possible. In the spring and the fall when things are going crazy, maybe once a week. In the summer when things slow down like they have now, although I certainly need to mow right now, I do my best to stretch it out. July, I went 22 days between mowings. Super proud of that one. You bagging that grass, you discharging. I like to discharge. There's no point in trying to catch grass on 6 acres of ground. However, I've always been really curious to try one of the big giant hoppers that live on the back of the hoppers. Those are pretty cool. And hoppers can rear discharge if that's something you wanted to do. Kind of leaves more of a windrow if you want to come back through with a hay rake and rake it up. Clears the deck a lot easier. Water temperature is 79 degrees. Little pond update. Do you stripe your lawn or field? I don't really try to stripe it, but Grasshopper does a pretty good job of laying down stripes as needed. There's no striping kit on it per se, but let's rapid fire a few of these. Looking like a golf course or a little more shaggy? I'll keep it shaggy. If it's a weekend we're hosting, then yeah, I'll make it look all prim and proper. Trim, spray, or both? I don't want to do either option on here. Trim when necessary. Gotten to the point though of putting mulch beds around, spraying. I hate running a trimmer, and you could do it for hours out here, so necessary evil, let's call it that. It's getting really hot. You guys can hear the cicadas. That's how you know it's really hot here in August. You edging anything? Any sidewalks? Hardly at all. Used to do it a lot when I only had a 1/4 acre property. Morning or evening? Typically evening. My mornings are always taken up with work or the kids. I like it to be dry, although I'm going to be mowing here in about 35 minutes when I finish up this video. And it's like 11 a.m. on a Saturday. What kind of patterns do you guys like to mow in? Shooting straight lines? You just following the contour of the woods or the pond? You mowing circles around a flagpole? For me, I just shoot straight lines as much as I can. How short do you cut your grass? Well, I actually have to say, how long do you leave it? I leave it as long as I possibly can. Mower deck all the way up. This is Kentucky 31. Well, this isn't by the house is. This is just wild, whatever grass. Mow it as tall as I can. Better root growth. Do you mow because you enjoy it or mow because you have to? Well, we all kind of have to have our grass mowed. I guess you could hire it out. That'd be one way around that question. For me personally, in the early spring, I enjoy it. Those first few cuts of the year, love those. Same in the fall when it gets real thick and you're cleaning up, enjoy those. The July, August mows, man, hate them. Your favorite thing about mowing? Before and after, easy. I'm walking back here in the woods to cool off a little bit. Your least favorite thing about mowing? It's a time suck. You've got to do it, but you're just wasting your time because it's going to grow again. That's the way I see it. And what do you call it? I've been saying mowing, mowing, mowing. Do you call it cutting grass, cutting the yard? Real quick intermission. I do bring my mower down here. I bring the hopper down here and mow these sometimes because it's not a little garden tractor. It's not a push mower. She can off-road a little bit. And yes, it will climb this hill. It's a grasshopper. Let's talk a little bit about your machines themselves and maintenance. And if you're from Kyle's channel, throw me a machine down below in the comments. I'm curious how many of you guys are here from Kyle's channel. Speaking of maintenance, this old girl could use some love. Hey, there's that dead blow I've been looking for. You're not looking at my skirt, are you? How often are you sharpening blades? Typically once a season, kind of as needed, or when I hit a rock the size of like a cinder block and I know I have a big chunk out of the blade. Are you DIYing that or taking your blades to get them sharpened? Honestly, guys, it's not that hard, especially if you have a bench grinder. I always use an angle grinder. Give it a try, you'd be surprised. How about greasing? Again, typically once a season. I'm not mowing commercially, so that usually gets me through. Do you blow it off after every mow? That's what she said. I will maybe take a leaf blower to it if it's crazy covered in grass. Do you wash under the deck? No, no. What is one mower maintenance habit that everyone should get into? Charlie, that one's yours. Charlie. Honestly, just be consistent and try to do it yourself. If you do the work yourself, you learn some things. It's not that hard. You save money, you're not trailing your machine anywhere. Then you're just more knowledgeable about the machine if things break, how to fix it. It's a good skill set to have. Pick a time of year, fall, spring, dead of winter. Just make sure you have routine maintenance intervals. I typically like to do mine every spring, and I always write the hour count on the oil filter so you know when you last changed it, and you see how many hours you put on in a mowing season. Kind of cool. I don't know where I got these questions. The next question says, what is one mowing tip that changed the way you mow? I don't know. Mow it when it's tall. I guess if I have to have an answer, grasshopper changed it for me. Hang with me, guys. We're getting close to the end on this, and these are a little more fun. Do you have a mowing playlist? Just leave that there. I always start with the album Boston by Boston, big classic rock guy. Play that one through about an hour or so. Let it auto play from there. Kind of kicks you into a real awesome playlist. We use Amazon Music. It might be Spotify or whatever, but that's where I start. There's some kicking jams on that album. What is your favorite drink while mowing? Well, if you use a zero turn like I do, it's kind of hard to actually hold a beverage. You can do it, you know, a little bit, but unless you're just shooting a mile long straight, kind of gets to be a pain. So for me, first beer you drink right before you mow. Then whenever you do this, like you have dinner, you put the kids to bed, you go out to mow late in the evening, just have one beer, one quick beer before you get on the mower. That one hits. Turn that Boston on. There you go. Favorite snack or meal after you are done? I would say see the above question. What is the hottest weather that you've ever mowed in? Tough one to answer. Guess depends on where you mow. Mojave Desert. For me, it's gonna probably be today. Here we are in mid-August. It's gonna be 92 degrees. And we're sitting at about 85 to 90% humidity. Can't wait. We're moving on to some big time debate items. My goodness. Deal with neutral here. Whoopsie. The first question of this next category is, what is the best lawnmower brand? I promise there are no wrong answers. But again, in my opinion, as my grandpa always liked to say, there's only one right answer. Die Hard Grasshopper. If you've been here for a minute, you know that. If you have a grasshopper, I have all kinds of videos about my grasshopper. If you need some repair items for your grasshopper, check out the mower shop out in Arkansas. They got you covered. What is the worst mower you've ever owned? I'm not gonna say that, I don't ever use it. Probably just an old school push mower. Never had enough power, always bogged down. Just if you have a lush lawn and you like to keep it tall, Gas, diesel, battery, or robot. I guess that'd be battery, really. For me, diesel all day. I'll take a gasser as long as I have my front mount deck. No big deal. Is bagging your grass worth it? For me, no. I'm not gonna bag this. Not sure who would want to. Do you have a use case where you bag your grass? Maybe use it for a garden or compost. Let me know down below. Why do you bag it? What's the rationale? Bigger deck or smaller deck? Ask your wife or girlfriend. They do say bigger is better. I did say I want a 930D with a 72-inch deck. I find it interesting. There's a lot of spots on the property where that 61-inch will go right through a pair of trees. I mean, I could probably find half dozen spots right now where 72 wouldn't. How much of this is left? Let's shut this down. Look at this, I'm sweating. I'm just walking around talking to you guys. I'm like dying out here. Admittedly, I have the power of the internet help me come up with some of these questions. Some are stupid. What's your hottest mowing opinion that most people would disagree with? The hell? Cross that off. What is the biggest mistake people make when mowing? Cutting off their foot. If you could give every new homeowner one piece of mowing advice, what would it be? Honestly, it's just grass. Like, cut it and go on with your life. Go out to dinner with your wife or girlfriend. Do something else. Go play with the kids. Go play with the neighbor's dog. It's just grass. Don't fret over grass. Again, these are kind of dumb. If you could mow any property in the world, what would it be? And they listed Augusta National, Wrigley, Fenway, the White House, Giant Ranch, somewhere else. My answer would be, if I never had to mow ever again in my life, how do we achieve that and still have acreage without paying someone to mow it? Because if there's a mower or machine going out here, you know I'm running it. I'm not going to pay someone to do that, but like I want to like on-demand mow. Like, hey, today I want to mow grass, so let's make it long. Next week, when I have zero desire, can the grass just like stay short? If you could invent one feature for a mower that does not exist today, what would it be? A zero maintenance mower that's still diesel? Sorry if the lighting just took a dive. I am nearing the end, getting far too hot, and I got to mow grass for probably 2.5 hours here shortly. So some of those questions were a little silly, but others I think are meaningful, and I'd love to hear from you guys on a lot of those. So please drop comments down below. Answer one question, answer 5 questions, go through and answer every question. I fully intend to read every single comment that comes through here. And if this string of comments blows up, perhaps I'll even distill them down to some common themes and answers and update you guys on what's recurring. And if you're new here and you enjoy this kind of content, please hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel a lot. The more you guys come back and watch my videos and have conversations with me, the more fuel it is for me to keep this channel alive and keep creating this content for you guys. If there's one thing I really enjoy about the YouTubes, it's connecting with all you guys and having that community and conversation. So let's keep that going. So thanks for watching. I'm gonna go grab the 721D, put it to good use. And there's a few empty fire baskets out here and a whole stack of logs there. So if any of you guys are free this afternoon, feel free to stop on by and fill them up. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.